Welcome everyone, I'm the Depressed Eeyore, and this is Dungeons & Dragons Shadow over Mystara. I did say I was going to play this other arcade game, and here I am. I did use the gems to unlock a bunch of game modes. I'll probably be doing Unbreakable for this playthrough. Also, I probably made a bunch of mistakes with Tower of Doom, mainly because I got it mixed up with this game, or possibly just with the tabletop game in general. So, well, sorry I guess. I was tempted to go ahead and try some of the other routes in Tower of Doom, but maybe later. To be honest, I would rather play Shadow over Mystara after Tower of Doom, just because, well, Shadow over Mystara is better. So, let's jump right into this. Alright. Descent from the Broken Lands. I think this takes place right after the last thing we did. Anyway, let's change the rules, shall we? So I unlocked most of the things. I didn't unlock Lockpick or Make It Rain, but I did unlock Unbreakable. So this will make it so the little fancy items we find don't break. And to be honest, that's how magic items should be. So now they should be a little bit more useful. So that should... Yep, okay, we're good to go. Let's jump right into this. So like I said, there's a lot more stuff in the second game, and I'll definitely be going over all of that. First things first, you might notice there are 2 additional characters, and you would be incorrect. There are now 12 characters, and I will show you kind of how it works. Unfortunately, I am timed right now, so I can't really go into huge detail about all the characters, but essentially you got the 4 characters from before, the magic user and the thief. Now you might notice that the color of my icon changed, but I'll talk about that in a second. 2 years have passed since the Battle of the Sable Tower. After defeating the Archlich Deimos and bringing peace back to the Republic of Darrocan, the heroes now travel through the Broken Lands to the land of Glantry, looking over for new adventures. The story of Shadow over Mystara begins. So this game is actually based off an actual campaign setting known as Mystara, which unfortunately is not really supported anymore, much like many of the campaign settings of Dungeons & Dragons. So it's pretty much well forgotten, though there are people that try to support it and come up with whatever stuff as much stuff as possible. Also, the pause menu has a little bit better music. So yeah, and nowadays when I play tabletop games, most people don't even know what Forgotten Realms is, and that's even more common. But anyway, so about the new characters. So you might notice I'm wearing a different outfit. In the case of, I'm using a controller here, if you press start instead of the A button when picking a character, you'll pick their alternate palette. So essentially, you can have two of every class in this game. So if someone takes your favorite character, more than likely you'll be able to play the palette swap. Now I believe the palette swaps do have different names, but we'll find out in a second. So real quick about all the characters. The fighter of course has the longest reach and highest attack power. He also is human, so he can level up more. One mistake I made in the previous game was you level up, period. It's not based off how many points you get, but I'm pretty sure XP is a thing in this game, because there's the level caps, I believe, for this one. Anyway, so fighter is human, so he can level up to 20, and he also he can wield pretty much any of the weapons, and he can potentially dual wield, though I don't even remember how to activate dual wielding in this game. The dwarf is pretty similar to what he was before, but he does have this one additional ability. I don't really know how to describe it, and I don't really remember exactly what it is because no one ever plays dwarf. He's a dwarf, so he does have the level limitations. I believe he still attacks faster, and he supposedly, I think his ability is involving breaking chest and getting more loot out of it. Other than that, I don't really know anything about the dwarf. The cleric is still very much the same as he was before. Low range, low attack power, but has access to cleric spells. He does have one potential use in involving one particular cursed item, there's a lot of new things as far as items go, but we'll go into that later. The elf is pretty much the same as she was before. The only major difference, of course, is besides the level cap, is the fact that she starts with a bow that has infinite arrows. So she actually has an infinite shot, infinite use arrows essentially. Which was pretty useful against the Lich back in the day. The 2 new classes, you have the Thief and the Magic User. The Magic User is pretty self-explanatory. He is a human spellcaster, which means he can actually level up higher than the Elf and get access to pretty much the best spells in the game. So yeah, As far as like the spell variety, both the magic user and the elf kind of have their own spell list. There's definitely a lot of overlap with things like Fireball and Lightning Bolt, but he also gets access to a few spells alternatives compared to the elf, as well as different versions of Conjure Elemental and some other things. Now, the bad part about the magic user, of course, is he's a magic user, which means he's very frail, and he has practically nothing as far as combos are concerned when he fights in melee. So yeah, you pretty much, if you're playing the magic user, you're doing for spells. He also is the only character in the game that can use a particular staff that will allow you to cast the ultimate spell if you have all of the right requirements. And then the other new character is the Thief, and her ability, I think she's okay in melee. I don't really know how she compares to the others. I mean, she's probably worse than a fighter, obviously. Probably doesn't have as much health and defense. But she does have an infinite use sling, which allows her to essentially fling infinite number of ranged stone attacks. And you can actually sort of combo them. You'll do one shot, then two shot, and then you'll shoot a steady stream with a third combo. Also, her special ability is she can detect traps, and she can open any chest without a key. So sorry for the very rambly start, but I wanted to really get that all out of the way because I'm going to be busy with other stuff to talk about. So control-wise, it's still a bit stiff. Still got the standard attack, but now you have a few new things. So if you do a half circle forward and an attack, you'll do a different move. Also, I should have picked up all those items. I can just pick them up later. And if you press down and up and attack, you'll do this sort of move. Of course, you have the jump. All that standard stuff. Still have the block. Also, we can cycle through our spells. We are currently level 8, I think. We start out with Ice Storm, Lightning Bolts, some Fireballs, and some Magic Missiles. Now, some of these spells are the same level as other spells, which means if you use them, you'll use uses of both. So this game actually keeps track of spell slots. The other thing is if you hit attack, or sorry, if you hit jump while you have the menu open, you'll switch to a different menu that'll have access to other spells. So here we have Conjure Elemental, which we don't have access to yet. We have Polymorph Others. We have Haste, and we have Invisibility. Now if I keep doing it, I can switch to this, which I have empty slots. I have throwing daggers, burning oil, hammers, and this infinite use arrow. So if I want to, I can... So very similar to the sling that I mentioned before, I can fire this and shoot infinite number of shots. Alright, well I'm not too concerned. Well, you know what? We'll just go ahead and restart real quick. Yeah, that's fine. So we'll switch back to Mistress of Magic. We'll skip this real quick. And we'll just jump right into this. Also, the combos are a bit different, obviously. So be aware of that. And we're just gonna switch to our arrows. So it's a little less tedious for switching stuff around, but still could be... And the goblins are nothing too special. Also, I believe if you hit attack and jump at the same time, you'll do sort of a special attack that drains health. Very similar to other brawling style games. Alright, get some money. Thank you for helping me. Would you mind telling me your name? So I'll go with whatever the default is. Now, picking your name does affect what starting items you get. Or what starting item you get. Kayla. So the palette swaps do have different names. I'll never forget your name. After talking to the people you saved, you hurry to something Tristan village of Trenton. Now, you do have quote-unquote gear that you can equip, but apparently I can't see it here. Anyway, I just picked up like 500 gold down there, so good thing to be aware of. So you can notice that combos are a little bit different. It's definitely a good idea to be... And there's a secret right there. So what I just picked up there was, it looked like burning oil, but it was actually like a super firebomb. And I just picked up a very important weapon, which I will get into as soon as I pick this up and get out of here. I don't have any keys, so I can't open the other stuff. But if I switch over to this, and try to switch over real quick. So that is... I can't read the name of this. It says H sword? N sword? Well, as you can see, you can actually switch weapons in this game. Very useful. As you can see, it does the attacks. Pick up the money. Almost ran right. Well, it did run into that. Alright, well, there's health right there. That's a usable item that will do a summon for you. I'm just gonna pick up all that. Yeah, if you get them with the combo, it does quite a bit. If you don't get them with the combo, you are going to be super open. You can actually duck under those arrows if you're not careful. Oh, sorry, if you're careful. And it ran. That thing ran off. Alright, and our first boss. You dare rise against us? Come to me, my warriors. Yes, sir. Go faster, you dogs. Alright. Alright, so... Well, that didn't work. I am sucking like crazy. Alright. I'm just gonna do this then. And run right into it again. If I'm gonna die, I might as well take you guys down with me. And I got hit. Oh, and it's... Unfortunately, if you hit pause again, it will, for selecting your character, it'll actually switch your palette swap back. Alright, I'm gonna... There we go. You won't survive this attack? Chew on this. Now apparently there's a cliff over there. The war machine! I have no idea what the sword is that I picked up, but it's longer, it has better reach, and it seems to hit harder, so... Also, you get the killing blow, you get more experience. Take a rest in village of Tristan, so we actually got health back there. The next day you leave the village and arrive at Fort something or other. It seems more and more monsters have begun appearing recently. I heard something is organizing the monsters, readying them to invade the Republic of Darraken. Kayla? You must go to Glantry immediately and warn them of the threat. Travel by land is quicker, or travel by boat, which will take longer but will have fewer hostile encounters. So essentially you go by train, like this weird train thing, or you can go by river. Also, these places are actually parts of Mystara. I've actually recently looked up a map of Mystara, and yeah, these are all real places. You actually go through quite a bit of Darraken in the previous game. So this place is a little mini-game. Definitely a little out of practice. So technically you can slow yourself down. And unfortunately I missed the treasure that's up there. You can get a lot of money through this. This is why I picked this route usually. So we got time bonus, and now we have time again. So this time we're just gonna go up. Just hold up. Up. Going through this now. Straining your ears, you hear a voice from somewhere. The immortal avatars talk to you. You are worthy, I entrust everything to you. I will aid you with the gift of my knowledge. So you can learn about the legendary sword, the enemy, and the ultimate magic. Learn about the legendary sword. One swing of the sword will bring fairy destruction to almost any opponent. One blow from the sword will bring freezing doom to almost any opponent. Swing once and the sword will bring lightning and electrical something or other. They say these three mighty swords are hidden somewhere. And the sword of that legendary hero Erling, who has slain that evil dark dragon, is something. This scrolls too quickly. But it's just talking about a bunch of magic swords, essentially. They're all really good. So as you notice, I actually attacked while that guy was on the ground. And I turned around to the wrong direction. I keep pressing the wrong buttons. I'll grab all that. Look, it's a black dragon. There's no way to beat it. So let's retreat to the ship and make sail. We'll make do. So yeah, now we have to move to the front, or we're gonna get hit a bunch. So I took a bunch of damage, but I did get all that money. That should be it. Alright, we're about to fight another boss. So let's switch to some other spells. Keep going, don't turn back. That was me getting hit by things I didn't want to get hit by. Got a little bit of health. Alright, so here's the thing. I need to actually switch. I'm going to replace the throwing daggers with this. So yeah, you can't actually carry everything now. There's not enough space for it. Avoid the petrify. I keep doing this wrong. Alright, replace the hammer with that. So that's a continual light ring. And down here is another. He's also able to cast spells. Not many, but he can cast some. So I'm trying to move that chest so I can actually loot it. There we go. Magic level 3. So now it's no longer labeled by spell, it's labeled by spell slot level. There we go, got some experience out of it. Yeah, it takes some getting used to this different menu system, unfortunately. Oh my god, since he couldn't get back up to pick up his scythe he threw, it actually just kept spinning and just hurting me. Good times. So much for getting that money. Oh my god! Come on, that was so lame. Okay. Got that working. I keep pressing the wrong button. There we go. So I got a ring of magic missile there. Yeah, I sucked. Level 9! Got a short sword level 3, but I'm using a different sword anyway. Is there anything I really want? Oh, you can sell things, by the way, if you didn't know. I don't really have anything I want to sell, well, besides this sword. But I can't sell that. Dwarves may find treasure even if it looks like an empty treasure box. So let's talk about what the dwarves can do, and if you poke this, don't touch me! And they get unhappy about that. I can heal myself, but as you can tell, it probably doesn't help that much. Thank you very much. Come back again. Principalities of Glantry. The Prince of Glantry must something... Just as I thought, these dark omens bode ill for all Mystara. I also see some suspicious moves among the Shadow Elves. Please investigate into it. To the south of here lies the city of Raffleton of Egamore. You should start your investigation there. I'll have a skyship prepared for you. You board the skyship and head to the city of something or other. Enemies! Enemies! So these are Shadow Elves. They will teleport. It's locked. Can I have a key? Oh, I probably used that for the other chest. Gotcha. Adds a silver dagger there. I do like how there's more combos and things like that you can do, or at least physical attack moves. Now, if you had a thief in the party, or just play as a thief, you would have a lot more loot to play around with. Alright, this thing's super annoying to fight, needless to say. And I just died. I just wasted that. Here, I'll show you what that one item I got was. As soon as I press the right button. Also, if you pick no item and you try to use an empty slot, it'll make you do a flip move that's not very useful. Okay, I keep pressing the wrong stuff. Here. So stop blowing me away, please. Thank you. And unfortunately, a bow is useless here. So, you know what? I'm just going to kill you with spells, even though it's a little lame to do so. But I suck at this game, apparently, so we're just going to hit you with that a bit. It's been so long since I fought. I hit myself with that own thing. That's great. Here. Just, thank you. Here, I'm just gonna kill you. Because flying monsters are dumb. Bye-bye. Sorry for the sloppy play. And we get to fight you next. Actually... Aw, it's doing so well. Alright. Curse you, now I'll show you true power. Probably should have opened with that. Hahaha, this is what you get for spying on us. I'm tired of this game. Time I end it. I'll let you go this time. I look forward to seeing you again. Alright. It's falling too quickly. The helm won't respond. We're going to crash into the woods. We have no time. Brace for impact. Hold on, everyone. mostly a full rest. Everyone looks fine, but I don't see that elf who saved our lives. And unless you take one particular route, you'll never see him again. Hey, check the map. What is that? It's a huge tree. It seems to be a Shadow Elf stronghold. You can go through the Forest of Despair or cross the forest bridge guided by Elf. So if you have a player playing the Elf, you actually get a different option. Actually, I think you get both these options no matter what. But anyway, let's go ahead and go with that. The Forest Bridge. Already at stage 5.